Hello, 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 brothers and sisters. How's it going? Hope you're having a blessed day, splendid day, or evening, depending on where you're at. So, destiny helpers. The topic of this video. God designed life in such a way that, as we all know, we don't live in a bubble. We chosen ones might have talents, we might have skills, abilities, but that's not enough to accomplish our task, our purpose that God has instilled in us before our birth. God designed the life in such a way that we need the help of others in order to accomplish our purpose for which we came to earth. And in one such way is accomplished via our destiny helpers. So, what are destiny helpers? A lot of you might not be aware of this term. A destiny helper is basically someone that God puts in your path in order to help you fulfill your purpose that He has for your life. And these people, they come in all shapes and sizes. And when we mention the term destiny helper, to most people, they think of like rich investors come to the minds of most people when we mention this term. But it's not always a rich investor. I mean, like I said, they're of various shapes and sizes. And first, I'm going to talk about the four types of destiny helpers, and then I'm going to get into how to actually attract your destiny helpers, chosen one. So number one is what we call divine connector. These people are ordinary people that you see on the street, that you see on your way to the grocery store, for example. In your everyday life, you might encounter them. These people, they typically don't have the resources to help you, but they have the right information and the right relationships to point you in the right direction. And in the Bible, there are countless examples of people like this. You know, they might not have the resources, but they tell you, oh, go see this person, go see that person. So essentially, they point you in the right direction. These people. Type number two is what most people think of as a destiny helper, and this is a rich investor, brothers and sisters. Yes, a rich investor is basically someone who funds your walk with God, provides you for your needs, your monetary needs, in order for you to keep doing your thing that God wants you to do, spreading the gospel, for example, or it might be something else. Whatever God has called you to do, these people help you accomplish this task, because as we all know, we can't function in this world without provisions, without money. I mean, money is a necessary evil. It's not necessarily evil, but money is a neutral thing. But we need it to survive, we need it to function. So that's why God brings us into contact with wealthy people in order for us to accomplish our purpose that God has for us, for our lives. And these wealthy people, they might not necessarily have a relationship with you up close. They can provide for you from a distance. So these people, they provide a very vital role in your walk with God, in your purpose, in your calling. The type number three is what we call mentors and favor givers. These people, they put a good word in the higher ups. They provide you with advice, with mentoring, as the word says. Yeah, they open doors for you. They protect you from harm. And these people are typically found in a working environment, in a corporate environment, 9 to 5, or in a government job. Or it doesn't have to be a company. It can be a nonprofit organization, a church. They typically have a higher ranking than you. And like I said, they put in a good word for you to the higher ups so they can promote you to the next level. They use their influence to open doors, protect you from harm. And type number 4 is what we call burden bearers or skillful workers. A biblical example of this is Aaron, who helped Moses immensely in his purpose by carrying out the physical tasks of the tabernacle, of the church services, of managing the Levites, the priests, and the people who made sacrifices, who killed the ox and the sheep and the lambs and all that. So he was managing these people. He was helping Moses with the physical tasks, the management of all these people, of all these priests. And he helped encourage Moses in this time of, Moses had a very difficult task, as we know. He was responsible for all these people, all these Israelites, to lead them to their promised land. I mean, rest assured, he needed help. And Aaron was one such friend, such loyal helper that God put in his path in order to help him with his tasks. So yeah, at least when God first calls you, we're mostly concerned with type number 1 and type number 2. Type number 3 isn't really relevant yet until you actually create a business or a nonprofit organization. You have some machine, a working machine, like an organization. So at least at the start of your journey, type number 3 isn't that important. The first 2 types are more important. And of course, if you're in a working environment, then type number 4 is very essential in order to move up the ladder, the corporate ladder. I mean, if God wants you to continue this working in such environment, a lot of times God calls you out of such environments. They're not for you. So one way to call you out of this situation is for God to make other people fire you or lay you off, because God wants something different for you, to start a ministry, a physical ministry, or a business that helps people out, that brings more people to Christ. So having all that said, now I'm going to get onto how to actually attract these people. I'm going to get into the meat of the video now. I know I put in the title of the word attract because it's more attractive, generates more clicks. But it's not like it's less about attracting. It's more about keeping your eyes open, keeping your ears open, recognizing these people when they come into your life, and waiting. Recognizing and waiting. It's less like calling a taxi, for example. Hey, come pick me up at this point, at this time. It's more like waiting at the bus stop for a bus to come by. When I say waiting, I don't mean passive waiting. I mean active waiting. You working for God, You're spreading the gospel or being a volunteer somewhere on a living hotline, for example, or being a volunteer going door to door to help elderly people with their physical tasks. Doesn't have to necessarily mean spreading the gospel or having an online ministry. But active waiting is, of course, I'm talking about doing the work of God and going to your 9 to 5 if you have one. I'm not saying you should quit it. You should only quit it if God puts it in your spirit to quit it. I'm not here to tell you what to do. You should ask God for what to do, brothers and sisters. So yeah, it's like waiting for a bus. You have to sit there patiently and wait for it to come by. And if you miss the bus, you have to wait. You have to wait there until the next bus comes. It doesn't come on your own timing. If you miss your destiny helper, the next one might come by even after months or years, because God's timing is different from our timing, as we all know, right? I mean, God isn't going to speed up his timing just because we're impatient. He's not going to be like, oh, this guy's impatient. I better send a destiny helper right now. No, God is going to change you first before he changes your situation. Brothers and sisters, rest assured on that. So yeah, this walk with God is not it's not a cakewalk. It's not a walk in the park. It is. As we all know, most people are impatient. They want stuff right now, right this moment. That's why a lot of people strike deals with the devil, which is 99.9% of people. I'm not saying they do it consciously, but most people are impatient. They want stuff right now. They don't want to wait on God. I mean, if this walk with God was easy, then everybody would be doing it, right? Everybody and their mother would be doing it, brothers and sisters. So sit there at the bus stop, wait patiently, active waiting, and pray to God for discernment to recognize your destiny helpers. Because a lot of them, they might not even look or act like destiny helpers. They can be complete strangers on the road you come by, It might even be homeless people. But they have the right information, and the right attitude, the right connections, to point you in the right direction. You can't. You have to keep yourself humble to recognize that everything that glitters doesn't necessarily have to be gold, And everything that seems like it's not of worth can be of worth. So you have to keep your eyes open and your ears open. And your mind has to be in the right spot, So pray to God for discernment, number one. Number two is thank God for the destiny helpers he's already brought in your life. Because rest assured, he's brought heaps of destiny helpers in your life already. You probably don't even recognize this. Even before you were serious with your walk with God, even before you were reborn, he brought heaps of destiny helpers. Oh, yes. So if you're in a long season of drought right now, and you might feel that God has forsaken you, I think of this. If God hadn't forsaken you before, when you weren't serious with him, then what makes you think he's forsaken you now? Why would God bring you this far to just abandon you? Would God bring you this far to abandon you? Of course not. Does this make sense to you? Of course not. I hope this doesn't make sense to you. God doesn't bring people this far just to abandon them. So rest assured, keep your eyes open, keep your ears open, keep praying, keep waiting, active waiting. Eventually your destiny helper, who might not even look like a destiny helper, will show up in your life, and your life is going to change overnight. So Rest assured, it's just a matter of timing, brothers and sisters. Trust in God's timing. So yeah, that's pretty much it what I have for you today, brothers and sisters. I hope this video was of some help to you. I hope this video resonated with you. If it has, put the smack down on the like button, destroy the notification bell, subscribe, share the video on your social media. Comment down below what you think. If you have any prayer requests, send them my way. I'm more than happy to help you out with a problem. We should all help each other out, especially in this season. And also pray for me. That's pretty much it. I'll see you, brothers and sisters, in the next video. Bye-bye.